Have you ever thought that a tiny vitamin pill could silently raise your risk of stroke while you sleep? Without any warning signs. According to the National Institutes of Health (NIH), nearly 70% of people over the age of 60 are taking at least one dietary supplement every day. However, almost half of them are unaware of the safe dosage or the correct time to take it. In fact, some vitamins that seem harmless can actually stiffen your blood vessels, thin your blood too much, or increase pressure inside your brain, especially when taken incorrectly or in the wrong amount. I have seen many patients who believed they were doing the right thing by taking vitamins to protect their memory or heart health. But without knowing it, they were silently damaging their own brain. In today's video, I will share with you 5 real stories about the 5 most common vitamins used by seniors and how they may quietly harm the brain if not used properly. If you are over 60, please watch this video to the end. It might change the way you take care of your health every single day. What country are you watching from? Let us know in the comments below. 1. Vitamin D. Vitamin D has long been seen as a friend to the bones, immune system, and mood. Many seniors take it daily, hoping to keep their bones strong, their minds balanced, and to prevent colds. But what few people realize is that, when taken the wrong way or at the wrong time, vitamin D can silently trigger a storm in the circulatory system, especially at night, when your brain is most vulnerable. I once treated Mr. Walter, a 74-year-old retired Navy veteran. He was very disciplined, lived a healthy lifestyle, and was always careful about protecting his health. Every morning, he took one 10,000 IU vitamin D pill that he had bought at the drugstore, believing it would strengthen his bones. But one morning, his wife noticed something strange. He could not speak clearly. His right hand could barely move, and one side of his face appeared droopy. The diagnosis showed he had suffered a stroke while sleeping. What was surprising was that the cause was not high blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes. Instead, it was the high dose of vitamin D that had caused his blood calcium to rise too much, leading to hardened arteries and unstable blood pressure. When the body has too much vitamin D, it absorbs more calcium than usual, but does not know how to get rid of the excess. This leads to calcium building up in the blood vessels for older adults, whose arteries have already lost their natural flexibility. This can be dangerous. Add in nighttime dehydration and unstable blood pressure during sleep, and it creates the perfect condition for blood clots to form and block blood flow to the brain. According to Harvard Health, the safe daily dose of vitamin D for older adults is usually between 600 and 800 IU, and it should only be taken after a blood test and medical advice. However, many over-the-counter products contain 5,000 or even 10,000 IU per pill. Even more concerning, many people take it at night, thinking it will absorb better. In fact, taking vitamin D at night can raise blood calcium while the body is resting, causing blood vessels to tighten and blood flow to drop sharply, especially in the brain. If you are taking vitamin D, check the dosage, the time you take it, and ask your doctor about testing your vitamin D levels. Most importantly, avoid taking vitamin D at night. Taking it the right way will help protect your bones and your brain, instead of silently causing harm. 2. Vitamin E. Vitamin E is often praised as a companion to the heart with its antioxidant power, support for circulation, and benefits for memory. Many people over the age of 60 take this vitamin daily, believing it will protect them from heart attacks or strokes. But what most seniors are not warned about is that taking too much vitamin E, especially alongside heart medications, can thin the blood so much that it cannot clot in time, leading to sudden brain bleeding even without any injury. I clearly remember Mrs. Evelyn, an 81-year-old retired librarian from Ohio. She was still sharp, loved reading, and often shared knowledge with the neighborhood's charity school. She was taking warfarin, a common blood thinner prescribed for people with heart valve conditions. All her health indicators were stable. But then, after reading an advertisement in a magazine, she decided to buy a natural form of vitamin E with a dosage of 800 IU per capsule. She took it regularly every day, believing it would boost her memory and brain circulation. After 3 weeks, she suddenly had a severe headache, felt nauseous, and gradually passed out while talking to her granddaughter. A CT scan revealed a brain hemorrhage. Even though her blood pressure was completely normal and there had been no trauma, the cause was that her blood had become too thin due to the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E, according to research from Tufts University. High doses of vitamin E act like a natural blood thinner. When combined with aspirin, Plavix, or anticoagulants like warfarin, the risk of internal brain bleeding rises significantly, especially in older adults with fragile blood vessels. The recommended daily amount of vitamin E for people over 60 is only about 15 milligrams, equal to 22 IU. Yet many supplements today contain 200, 400, or even 1,000 IU per capsule. Without clear warnings, Mrs. Evelyn was lucky to survive, but her short-term memory never returned to normal, and now she must use a cane to walk. She once told me in tears, "I only wanted to help myself feel better, but I didn't know I was causing harm." This is not a rare case. Many seniors believe that vitamins are harmless, but in reality, when combined with heart or blood pressure medications, high-dose vitamins can become a double-edged sword. If you are taking heart medications or blood thinners, please ask your doctor before taking any type of supplement, especially vitamin E. But if you think avoiding only the vitamins that cause bleeding is enough, be careful. There is another one, labeled as good for the brain, that may silently damage your nerves every day without you even realizing it. 3. Vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is often known as a nerve support vitamin. It helps reduce tingling in the hands and feet, improves memory, and boosts energy. Many older adults believe that taking vitamin B6 every day will help them stay sharp and alert. But in reality, if taken in the wrong amount, B6 is a vitamin that can cause permanent nerve damage, silently and gradually over time. Mr. Harold, a 76-year-old former long-distance truck driver from Kansas, came to see me with numb feet, mild hand tremors, and trouble keeping his balance when standing up. At first, he thought these were just signs of aging, but after a few months, he started falling while going to the bathroom, and once hit his head on the sink. When I reviewed the list of supplements he was taking, I found that he had been using a so-called brain booster that contained 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per pill. He was taking 2 pills a day, which meant he was getting 200 milligrams daily, more than 10 times the safe upper limit for older adults. What many people do not realize is that vitamin B6 does not leave the body as easily as other water-soluble vitamins. It builds up over time, especially in seniors whose liver and kidney functions are already declining. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, when B6 levels in the blood get too high, it can break down the protective layer around the nerves, like stripping insulation off a wire. As a result, nerve signals become disrupted, leading to numbness, muscle weakness, shaking hands and feet, and even confusion or memory problems. What is most concerning is that B6 toxicity develops slowly. Many people mistake the symptoms for joint issues, balance disorders, or early dementia, if not detected in time. Nerve damage can become permanent. In Mr. Harold's case, we caught it early. He stopped taking the B6 supplement completely, and fortunately, the condition did not get worse. However, he still needs a cane to walk and can no longer drive like he used to. He once told me, "I just wanted to keep my mind sharp, but I didn't know I was poisoning my own brain every single day." Most seniors only need between 2 and 10 milligrams of vitamin B6 per day, and this amount can easily be obtained from regular meals that include fish, chicken, bananas, or whole grains. However, many so-called brain-boosting supplements on the market contain 50, 100, or even 200 milligrams of vitamin B6 per pill, without any clear instructions. If you or a loved one is taking any product labeled for memory support, brain health, or energy boost, check the amount of vitamin B6 in it today. 4. Vitamin A. Taking something for your eyes does not always mean it will benefit your brain. Over the years of working with older adults, I have noticed that one vitamin is often favored because of the belief that it is good for vision, immunity, and skin. That vitamin is vitamin A, but what very few people know is that, when taken in the wrong amount and over a long period, vitamin A can build up in the body, increasing pressure inside the brain and causing symptoms that look exactly like a stroke or brain tumor. This can even mislead doctors if they do not look closely. I clearly remember the case of Miss Dorothy, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher from Oregon. She loved music, remained sharp, and regularly taught children in her neighborhood. But one day, she began to have a dull headache. Then her vision became blurry. She felt dizzy, and her speech became unclear. Her family panicked, thinking she had suffered a stroke. However, when the MRI was performed, there was no blood clot or bleeding in the brain. Instead, it showed increased pressure inside the skull and a buildup of spinal fluid, similar to a false tumor pressing on the brain. In medicine, this is called pseudotumor cerebri. What was surprising was that the cause came from her habit of taking an eye health supplement every day for 5 years, with each pill containing 10,000 IU of vitamin A. What makes vitamin A dangerous is that it is a fat-soluble vitamin. This means the body cannot get rid of it through urine like vitamin C or B. Instead, it slowly accumulates in the liver, fat tissues, and even the brain for older adults. The liver's function weakens, making it harder to remove excess vitamin A. This leads to buildup and potential nerve toxicity. According to research from McMaster University, the safe daily amount of vitamin A for adults is only about 2,500 to 3,000 IU, and it should only be taken when truly necessary. However, many eye care, skin beauty, or anti-aging supplements on the market contain 5,000 to 10,000 IU of vitamin A. Even more concerning, many people do not realize they are taking double or triple the recommended dose. That is because multivitamins often already contain the full amount. And then they add a separate pill for eye or skin care. Miss Dorothy is still recovering. She now has to attend regular eye checkups, monitor her brain pressure, and do balance-focused physical therapy. She once shared with me, "I thought I was taking care of my eyes. I never imagined I was harming my memory and emotions." If you are using any supplements for eye care or anti-aging, check the vitamin A content, especially the total daily amount. 5. Niacin vitamin B3. Some things may seem small, but they can be enough to disrupt an entire peaceful morning. I am talking about niacin, also known as vitamin B3, a vitamin widely promoted for lowering cholesterol. improving circulation, and boosting energy. Many older adults are either advised or choose on their own to take niacin as a natural alternative to heart medication. But what few people know is that high doses of niacin can cause sudden blood vessel dilation followed by uncontrolled constriction, leading to high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and temporary lack of blood flow to the brain. Mr. Frank, an 82-year-old former postal worker from Florida, came in with a flushed face in the morning, sudden dizziness, and a pounding sensation in his chest. His wife thought it was anxiety, while his son blamed his blood pressure medication. But after a thorough review, we discovered that he had been taking a heart support supplement he bought online. It was labeled Supports Cholesterol and Circulation and contained 1,000 milligrams of niacin per dose. He was taking 2 doses per day, which meant 2,000 milligrams daily, about 60 times the recommended amount for seniors. According to the journal JAMA Internal Medicine, the safe daily amount of niacin for people over 60 is around 14 to 50 milligrams, and it should only be used under a doctor's guidance. So what happens when you take too much? When niacin enters the body at high levels, it causes sudden dilation of blood vessels, making the face turn red and creating a hot flushing sensation throughout the body. After that, the blood vessels tighten again, causing a wave-like fluctuation in blood pressure, like a gentle but repeated pounding against the vessel walls for weakened blood vessels. This constant stretching and squeezing can cause a small vessel in the brain to burst or become temporarily blocked. This leads to a TIA, or transient ischemic attack, also known as a mini stroke. Mr. Frank experienced such an episode. One morning, he suddenly could not speak for 2 minutes. His mouth drooped slightly, then slowly returned to normal. He thought it was just fatigue. But after a brain scan, we confirmed there was a small sign of damage on the MRI. Fortunately, it left no lasting effects. It is important to note that even products labeled flush-free or extended release can still affect blood pressure, heart rhythm, and blood sugar. The most important thing to understand is that even though niacin is a vitamin, at high doses, it can create powerful physical changes. This is especially dangerous for people with heart disease, high blood pressure, or those taking medication. If you are using any product labeled for cholesterol support, heart health, or energy boost, carefully check the niacin content and daily dosage. So if these 5 common vitamins can silently cause harm when misused, what should we do instead? The answer is simpler than you think. Return to what is natural and truly suited for the aging body. The story of Miss Margaret. Age 73 is one of the clearest examples that the aging body does not need a handful of pills to stay healthy. She was a retired school principal living in Arizona, always careful about her health, when she met me for the first time. She brought a box filled with supplements, vitamin D for her bones, vitamin E for her heart, B complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, and a multivitamin for memory, she said. I thought I was doing everything right, but lately I keep feeling dizzy in the morning, and my blood pressure keeps going up and down. After reviewing everything, I suggested she try the simplest approach, stop all the supplements for 2 weeks, and instead start her day with a breakfast made from real, fresh, simple foods each morning. She had 1 boiled egg, half an avocado, 1 slice of whole grain bread, a small handful of blueberries, a glass of warm water, and sometimes a few walnuts or almonds. No protein powders, no pills, no drink mixes. The results were surprising. After just 10 days, she felt less dizzy. Her blood pressure became more stable, and her mind felt much clearer. This was not magic. The aging brain needs healthy fats, water, antioxidants, and nutrients that are easy to absorb. It does not need high-dose pills, so if you are feeling confused about which vitamins to keep taking, take a step back. Let real food show you the true power of healing. After working with hundreds of older patients over the years, I have come to realize one thing. What we believe is good for us may not always be right for the body as it ages. Through 5 real-life stories, you have seen how vitamin D can harden blood vessels, vitamin E can thin the blood too much, vitamin B6 can quietly damage the nerves, vitamin A can raise brain pressure like a tumor, and niacin can cause dangerous blood pressure swings. All of this happened simply because of the wrong dose, the wrong timing, or not fully understanding what the body truly needs. The truth is, many people are not doing anything wrong. They just want to take care of their health and do the right thing. But the lack of scientific knowledge is often the most dangerous part. After the age of 60, the liver and kidneys slow down. Blood vessels become thinner, and heart rate and blood pressure are no longer as stable. That means the body is no longer suited for high-dose supplements we once believed were harmless. The good news is, you do not need a cabinet full of pills to keep your brain sharp, just starting with a simple breakfast eggs, avocado, a few berries, and warm water. You are already doing something wonderful for your brain and your heart. And most importantly, always talk to your doctor before taking any supplement. Check the label. Listen to your body every day. Do not let one small vitamin change your life overnight. If you found today's message helpful, please share this video with your family and friends. We will continue sharing more videos about food, exercises, and natural herbs to help improve your health as you age. And what kind of vitamins are you taking from this list? Let us know in the comments below. We always read every message from you.